Hey, welcome back, my fellow investors. It's me, AT, and remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just a self-taught investor who's always looking for ways to increase one's net worth. And you guys know, in this video series here, I am documenting my journey through using the poor man's covered call with CitiGroup. I started this back in late November, and so we're about a month and a half, almost 2 months into it. Now, if you notice, Citigroup has been on the move. It went from $59 back on, I believe it was the 23rd of December, all the way up to $67 currently as of this recording, which is what is the day? Today is the 12th of January. And you know what? In December, I was writing covered calls, closing them out, taking a profit, writing covered calls. And all of a sudden, we come into January, got to pump my brakes because the price started skyrocketing. Had to pump my brakes. So right now, I'm in a holding pattern, and I'm going to have to wait and see what's going to happen doing when the earnings are released. It should be released around, I would say, anywhere between the 14th and the 21st of January. So I'm sitting on the sidelines now, but I had a lot of activity. So let me go ahead and bring you up to date on all of my Citigroup poor man's covered call trades. So let's take a look.
Come on now.
That's right. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe buttons, followed by that notification button. That'll help out the channel. Thanks.
Okay, here we have Citigroup, and as you can see, when I entered into the leap, I entered this leap on the 18th of November of 2021 with an expiration date of 19 January 2024. The price at the time that I entered was $66.70, and this strike price of 60 was at, if I'm not mistaken, at that particular time, it's like 73% in the money. It had a delta. I'm sorry. It had a delta of 73. Now, at the time, the cost or the premiums or the cost, should I say, for this leap was $13.51. So that means one contract would be $1,351. Now, I bought a total of 10 contracts. So there's my total invested, $13,510. Keep this in mind. If I wanted to do a covered call and invest the same amount of money, this would only give me 2 contracts. If it's at 66, so that's for one contract, that's going to be $6,670. So you see the power right off bat of the poor man's covered call. With this amount of money, I'm able to get 10 contracts. I'm able to have the ability to sell up to 10 contracts, where if I did your typical poor man's covered call and bought the stock, I can only do 2. All right. So up here is, of course, the ticker. And of course, this here is the current price of the stock. This is my cost basis. Over here is my profit and loss section broken into 2 sections, covered calls and the position of the leaps. Covered calls are my short, the leap is my long. And as you can see up here, and we'll go down here in a minute and take a look at the actual covered calls that I wrote. But up here, it tallies up the total amount of premiums received or income generated. This here is a realized gain. This was money that actually hit the account. I did a total, I believe it's a total of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A total of 8. I wrote a total of 8 covered calls, and it generated $3,181, which is 24% of the total amount invested. This here is tracking the value of the leap position. Okay, remember when I bought the leap, it was at 66.70. The cost of the leap was $13.51.
the current cost, the current price, and today is the 11th of January, 2022. The current price is 1340. So I am down 1% when it comes to my leap, my P&L for my leap. But this here is unrealized. And the reason why is because I haven't sold it. I haven't closed it out. And so if you take my unrealized against my realized, it gives us a net profit and loss, a net profit of $3,071.13. That's a 23% return on investment, and the position is still open. So I am able to continue to write cover calls on it. These are the cover calls that I had. What you're going to notice is that when I open up this position with 66.70, the very first cover call that I wrote had a strike price of 70. Picked up $83 in premiums. But as you notice, the current price, as I started writing, the price of CitiGroup started to drop. Look at this here. At one point, the price of the stock went down to $59.83. That was on the 15th of December. And if you notice, my strike price as I did this started to drop as well. If you go across here, this is my first call that I wrote. 10 contracts. I picked up $83.45. All of these that I wrote when it comes to the strike price, these were all at least a 30 delta or below. So it gives you an idea of how fast this stock dropped. I was able to pick up 83.45. And if you notice, about 3 days later, I decided to go ahead and close that out and do another play, which I did. So I had to end up buying it back. It cost me $36.51, but I still totaled. I got a net total of $46.91. Here's my second play. And you guys can stop and take a look at this. My second play, what I did on this one here is I split it up. Versus going 10 contracts, I went 5 and 5. One paid me $551. The other one paid me $781. And if you notice on both of these, all right, I bought to close early. I closed out the position early. And within 9 days, after 9 days, I closed them out, bought them back. This here is the difference in the profit. If you add this up, it comes to 3181.13. The current position that I have open, I entered into this position on the 23rd of December with an 18 March strike price. The price at the time was $60.39, and I went with the strike price of $62.50. It was at 30 delta at that time, and I picked up 10 contracts. I picked up $1,933. Now, this is the problem. The price started going up. We entered into the rotation because the Fed confirmed that they were going to go ahead and do some rate increases in 2022. The financial sector, including the banks, started to go up just about every day. And as you can see, the current price is $66.87. My strike price is $62.50. I am $4.37 in the money. And the current price for this short position is $5.75. So that basically means that in order for me to buy to close this position here, I'm going to have to spend $5,700. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do when it comes to CitiGroup right now, there's a couple things. We know that their next earning, they're going to announce that around the 14th. Now, normally what will happen is the stock will run up prior to the earnings, and on the earnings, unless they have some blowout numbers, you're going to see the stock start to retreat. So I'm hoping that's what happens with this one here. But I'm not going to do anything with this stock until after the earnings are announced. And once that happens, I'll go ahead and look at possibly trying to close out this position in a way that I can still make some money. There's a couple of options that I have, and I'll take a look at that at that particular time. So that's my position in CitiGroup. And keep this in mind. One thing what's going on with CitiGroup, This here is the tip ranks. If you see this, it is a moderate buy. They have a price target of $79.09.
So there you have it. I'm in a tough but profitable position. So let's see what happens after the Citigroup's earnings, and I'll determine exactly what's going to be my next move at that particular point. With all of that said, guys, remember this: save, invest, apply what you know, because knowledge is not power. It's the application of knowledge is power. Guys, I'll see you on the next update video. Take care. Bye-bye.